share my screen. So as you can see that video installation, it is completed now, right? So now it is asking to restart the machine. So let me click on finish and it will automatically restart the machine. So now what we did, we have created one master image for IT department, right? And now from that master image, what we can do, we can create hundreds of virtual machines within few clicks. I will show you how to do that. First, let's wait for this machine to restart. And in like on every machine, whatever the machines we will create with that master image, it will be an exact replica of that machine. Whatever the applications we have installed, each and every application will be there in every virtual machine. So now we will create some kind of automation. So machine is booted up now. Now we have all created our master image. Now there is nothing to do with the master image. We can simply log in and I will shut down that master image. Why? Because my image is created. So simply shut down that machine. We have nothing to do with that machine. Okay. So now go to the delivery controller. Let me log in to the delivery controller. Okay, so now, as I told you, machine catalogs are the collection of the virtual machines, right? So now we have to create new machine catalog. Click here. Now this is an introduction. Simply click on next. Now it is asking what kind of machine catalog we have to create. So we have, as we have configured master image on Windows Server, so we will go with the multi-session OS, right? And if you are doing the same for Windows 10 operating system, you can select this. And for any physical machine, you can select remote PC access. So I will go with the first one. Click on next. Now our machines are power managed. Why? Because all the machines are hosted on the hypervisor and the technology what we are using is Citrix machine creation services. Simply click on next. Now it will automatically detect the master image. So we have created this master image, right? Server 2K19 master image for IT. So I am picking up that master image. Click on next. Now it is asking like how many virtual machines do you want to create, right? So I can enter like 999 or more than that in this machine. Like I can create that much count of machines, but it's totally up to my hardware resources. Means I do not have that much of hardware resources so that I can create 9,000 machines, right? So what I will do, I will simply create two machines only, and memory for each machine will be 2 GB. That is fine. Now it is asking like to which OU do you want to add these virtual machines, right? So I have already created one OU by name virtual machines. In virtual machines OU, I am having one more OU with name MCS. So now it is asking for the account naming scheme, right? So what we can do, I can name it like IT desktop, or let's make it IT desk. hyphen hash hash. So 2 times hashes means it is a kind of naming scheme or naming convention. Means as I am creating only two virtual machines, so the host name of my first virtual machine will be itdex01. Then second machine is itdex02. If you are creating 100 machines at a time, right? So what it will do, it will make like itdex01, 02, then so on to the itdex100. Okay, so automatically it will rename the computer and join that computer into your Active Directory by this kind of naming convention. Give me a minute, guys. Guys, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so this is
yes.
a kind of naming convention. Like if you are creating 100 of machines in a single go, so you can mention like itdex hyphen hash hash. So itdex will be your host name and hash hash will follow the naming sequence like itdex01, 02, 03 and so on till itdex100. So as we are creating two machines only, so host name of first machine will be itdex01 and second machine host name will be itdex02. Simply click on next. Now it is asking for the machine catalog name, so you can name like IT desktop. And if you want to add like server 2K19 OS, that's it. Click on finish. So now what it is doing, it is copying the master image as you can see, right? And after copying the master image, what it will do, you will find automatically it will create two virtual machines here in the hypervisor. Means we are creating the machines with the help of City Studio console, but actual location of machines will be our hypervisor. So after copying the master image, it will automatically create two machines here by name itdex01 and itdex02. So if you will create 100 machines, so it will create 100 machine within a minute or two. So once copy has been done, it will automatically create the virtual machines. Let's wait for it.
Excuse me, Mahesh, these two machines, they will be, what's the purpose of these machines? They will be for load balancing or they would be for authentication?
No, look, we have to publish a desktop to our end users now. So these machines will be published to our end users.
So if we have 10 users, we need 10 machines, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
If you have 100 new joiners, in that case, you have to provide a dedicated desktop now to your end users.
So these are VDAs, yeah?
Yes, VDI.
VDIs.
VDIs.
Okay. Okay.
So as you can see, now it is preparing the IT desktop. Look, automatically it is preparing here. I have done nothing. If I click on the console, it will automatically power on the machine. So basically, whatever the operations we are performing from the console. Like, that is the only reason why we called City Studio as a centralized management console. Why? Because we are creating machines on hypervisor with this single console only. And each and everything will be created on this desktop. So it will take a while to boot up the machine. So in a same way, what we can do in the production we can create like 5 to 10 master image department wise, like one a master image for IT team, for HR team. Why? Because for HR team there is no need to publish Active Directory or publish any other tools. Why? Because they guys only need Outlook, Teams and web browser, right? But IT people need some special tools, right? Those needs to be installed in the virtual machines, right? And for developers, they guys will be requiring some different requirement is there for them, right? So as you can see, two desktops are there now, IT Dex 1 and 2, as I told you, right? Automatically created. I have given command from the studio and two machines are there now. So if I go here in delivery controller, you can see two virtual machines are created in my machine catalog. One machine catalog is created by name IT Desktop. And if I click on this IT Desktop, you will see two virtual machines are there with IT Deck 01 and 02, right? Now I can publish those machines to my end users, right? So how to do that? Go to the delivery controller and now create delivery controller. Click on next. So it will automatically detect the machine catalogs which are available and free. So right now we are having two machine catalogs available, right? So now it is asking like how many machines do we want to pick up from that machine catalogs, right? So I will select one machine. Now it is asking like to which user you want to publish that application. So I have to restrict this virtual machine to one user. For an example, I am having one user like test user. Let me click on check name. So I'm having multiple test user 1 2 3 4 5, right? So I can restrict this machine to test user 01. Okay, click OK. Now simply click on next. Now it is asking to add application. I do not want to add application right now, right? Click on next. Now it is asking for desktop. So I can name this display name like mdesk, sorry, IT desk. And again, I need to restrict that desktop to single user only, right? Because we cannot publish one desktop to multiple users. We can do that, but there is no need. Click OK and enable the desktop for this user. Simply click OK. Click on next. Name this delivery group as IT team. We are publishing this to IT team for an example. Click on finish. So now this desktop is published to test user 01, right? So now how to check that particular desktop is published to test user or not? So we have to ask user to open the web browser and to open the storefront URL. So as per the plan, what we have done, we have created the machine catalog, we have created the delivery group. Now we do not have any storefront, means so far we do not have any page to we need to give some URL to our end user to test or to check the deployment, right? So now we will configure the storefront server. So storefront server configurations is not that much complicated. I have created one storefront server here. I have not configured that storefront server so far. Why? Because I only joined that machine into domain. That's it. And now I will show you how to configure the storefront server. Let's wait for this machine to power on. Okay. So let me log into the storefront. So it is loading up. Wait for it. Now to configure the storefront server, again, what we have to do, we have to use the same ISO file because they guys providing a complete package in single ISO file. So I mounted that ISO file. Now go to this PC, right click and install and run program. Click yes. Now what we have to do, we have to learn both the things like how to publish application and desktop both. So select the this one, and basically here is the storefront role. We already configured delivery controller, video agent, studio, director, license server, right? Now we are good with the storefront. So basically storefront, it is just a web page for end user for authentication perspective. So when it comes to the web page, we have one role given by Microsoft, which is known as information internet services. So simply it will install the web server IIS role only, right? So accept the license, click on next. As you can see, internet information services, click on next, and it will install that role here. So things are quite simple, guys. Once you create the entire data center with your own, followed by my videos, or if you need any assistance, I can help you anytime. So now we are creating the storefront, and after that we will test the deployment, like our application will publish to our end user or not. It will take a while to install. In the meantime, what I can do, okay, IT Dex 01, it is already powered on. Why? Because we have published that machine, right? So let me show you guys from this console. So basically VDA provide the communication between that particular virtual or physical machine to the Citrix, right? So if I go here, you can see my one desktop is registered with my delivery controller. Why? Because it is already powered on and VDA agent is making communication to my delivery controller, right? But my second machine, if I go there, you can check the status. My first machine is powered on and it is registered with my delivery controller. My second machine is powered off. That is the only reason why it is not registered. Why? Because I have not powered on that machine so far. So let's wait check for this. Okay, I think something is going on. Okay, it is installing the software. Let's wait for it. And after that, things will be easier for you guys.
Excuse me, Mahesh, can you go back to the delivery controller, the machine you showed? I just want to ask one thing, please.
Mhm.
Yeah. So basically, in our environment, yeah, there. So you see these two machines. So when the users are connected, they all show like multiple users connected to each machine, like sometimes six or 10. What is
Yes.
that
So
basically?
in that session tab, you are getting one option here, session count.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now there is no user connected. Once we connect the test user, you will get session count details here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is.
Okay. So and how they are distributed? Like it's the load balancing, it's the Citrix delivery controller. It does that automatically.
Yeah, because basically we will
Okay.
add delivery controllers into the storefront URL. So we will configure when we will configure that storefront server, na, this server.
Okay.
Then, okay, I think installation has been completed. Let me finish this. It will ask for restart. So while configuring the storefront server, we have to add the delivery controller, right? Because users are only
Hmm.
accessing the web page. They never know to which delivery controller that session is going on, right? So we have
Yes.
to add manually delivery controller to the storefront. Why? Because storefront is single for every user, right? So
Yep.
that I will let you know how to do that.
Okay.
And also, if you click here on view sessions, this tab,
Yes.
you will be able to see like how many sessions are connected to that particular machine. So right now there is 0 sessions. So once user will connect, then I will show you.
Yeah, normally this is where I go to. I see what apps they're using and what is their details.
Yes. Okay, our storefront is almost there. So first let's finish the storefront so that we will have some URL, right? So as I already installed that storefront role, so you can see in storefront in Citrix folder, we are having one server, one application. Click yes, launch this. And now for first time, it will take a while to load. Let's wait. Okay, so as you can see, our storefront web page is loaded now. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
So let's wait for this to load up properly. Okay, so now we are having two options here. Either we can add this storefront to existing server group for load balancing, but right now we do not have any running storefront, so we have to create new deployment. So click on here. Now, base URL will be the host name of the machine on which storefront services are hosted. So in my case, that particular storefront role is hosted on SF-01. I given the host name of this storefront server in that way. So that will be my base URL. Click on next. Okay, so now this is how it works. This is our end user, and on end user device, we will be having one web browser. If it is a Windows or MacBook, so static receiver should be there. If the guys are using iPad or any Android device, so one PNA agent should be installed. Then what user has to do? User has to open that site URL into the web browser. Then it will hit to the storefront server. So this is how it works. Simply click on next. Now it is asking for store name. So again, India. Now we have to add the delivery controller here because storefront for load balancing, if you have multiple delivery controllers in your organization, you can name like DDC hyphen 01. This is my delivery controller. First, let me add the delivery controller here. DDC hyphen 01 dot abc.com. Now traffic we are using without SSL, that means HTTP. So port number it is fine. Simply click on OK. So if you are having multiple delivery controllers here, so you can add all of them for load balancing, right? So right now we are having only one, so it is okay. Click on next. For any physical machine, you can enable the remote access, but we will not allow this. Simply click on next. Authentication method will be username and password, but if you are having any like that authenticator applications like Google Authenticator or Microsoft or RSA token, in that case you can check that second option. But those service providers will charge some extra amount. So for learning, we are good with the username and password. Click on next and simply click on next. So now it is creating the store for us. And now what we have to do, we have to test our deployment. So in this session, only 5 minutes remaining. So after creation of storefront, again, I will share new invite to you. Okay. And then we will test the
Okay.
deployment and we will do some troubleshooting. Okay.
Okay.
Let's wait for this to configure.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mahesh. So the customer's data, where it's saved?
Mhm. So our site has been created. Okay. Let me click on
Mm-hmm.
finish. And I'm sharing new invite. Then we will discuss the rest of the things. Okay.
Okay.